What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ohio Car Spotters channel here today. Today is the day that I'm going to do my honest review, opinion, convince you guys why to get a Mustang in 2024. I think the title of this video is probably going to be why you should or shouldn't buy a Mustang in 2024. I'm going to run through all the reasons of why or why not I would recommend one. I've been enjoying mine so much lately. It's been an absolute blast. All right, guys, so here it is. This is my 2023 Mustang GT. If you watched the last video, I very briefly went over it, but I picked this up, like I said, about 5 or 6 months ago from Lebanon Ford down in Cincinnati. At the time when I bought this, it was one of 3 2023 Mustangs for sale in the country. I guess no one was really giving up a new car, because why would you? I bought this with around 4,000 miles and currently it has around like 12,000 miles. So I've put on a decent bit because it is my daily driver. The specific trimming of this car is the 301A equipment package. And then it also has the Night Pony package. So it comes with these nice black wheels, the 5 spokes. And then it also comes with your black mirrors, your black roof. And then the wing on the back, sorry, was black, but I put an aftermarket on there, so that is what we're working with. So while we're still looking at the outside here, I'll just go over some of the mods I've kind of done on it so far with you guys, just to kind of loop you in on what I'm working with here. So starting off with number 1, we have painted the calipers on here purple. That was like only a $50 mod, super cheap, but I like the way it looks. And then another one, super simple, cheap. We replaced the red 5.0 badge with just a piece of sticker tape kind of that's purple to make it more purple, because my favorite color is purple. On the front end here, we have gone with a little bit of headlight tint just on the side where the amber is. So this is like a mod that I would really highly recommend because it changes the look of the car completely. The orange sticks out, it's pretty ugly, so I would recommend blacking it out. These covers were off of Amazon. I think they were like 50 or 60 bucks. Also, on the 2018s to 23s, they come with these like hood vents like this that are usually paint matched to the car, but the theme I wanted to go with was black and white, so that's why I got those. I have not touched anything on the grill, but I will say with that night package, you do get a black pony instead of like a silverish chrome one. Another thing on the wheels that I didn't show you guys is I do have some spacers. I believe they're about 1.5 inch. And then over here on the car, got the Ohio Car Spotters decal. That went on right away because you already guys know, got to market the channels. This diffuser in the back I picked up recently from Street Arrow, and then I just put some reflective tape on it so that at night it would really brighten up. But this diffuser I really highly recommend for any Mustang owners. These are so nice, had it on my last car. And then on the back here, you got S550 Euros, newest addition to their product line. These are the RGB clear taillights, S650 style, I believe. These changed the car a lot too. Before I just had those stock red color taillights, took those out, put these in, made them purple just to match like the Coyote badge on the back with the new deck lid, and it makes the car look just so mean and so nice and put together. Exhaust wise on the car, we do have just a stock active exhaust. So if you can see in there, I don't know if you can or not, but there is valves in there. That is another option that came with this specific car. Is I went with the active exhaust option when I was looking for cars. So basically what it means is you can run through different modes. So you have your quiet mode, you have your normal mode, sport mode, and track mode. Track mode is what I have it most of the time, unless I'm in the morning trying to go to work, not piss off my neighbors. But I do like that Ford introduced that as a feature just so that you could play around with your exhaust settings. And then recently, if you saw the video I made, we do have an X pipe down there in the middle. Not sure if we'll be able to get down there and see it, but it's doing pretty well so far. Just a super simple cut and clamp X pipe, deletes the resonators, makes the car sound so much better than it did. So next I will go to the interior of the car for you guys. All right, guys, so I apologize in advance. My car is very dirty. There's a lot of dog hair in the interior console and stuff, so I do apologize. But this is what we're working with in the 2023 Mustang. Like I said, around 12,000 miles. You get this nice stitching on the steering wheel. You have your auto lights still. And then, like I was saying, the touchscreen in the middle is a very nice thing when that comes with the 301A package. The 300A package, which is like the base model, they come with a small calculator screen right here that has a bunch of buttons that is really tiny. If I were to get a 2023 Mustang or 2024 Mustang, I would try my best to get 301A package or higher, just to get the nice screen on there with the touchscreen, because like I said, that calculator one's just small, tiny. No one really likes them. But this one, it is the automatic 10R80 shifter. These things, known around the streets as the 10 speeds. These are very, very quick. They shift very fast. The downshifts are good. There's not a whole lot to say negatively about those transmissions. I personally like it over the MT82, which is their 6-speed manual, and I'm sure most people would agree unless you just like driving manual more. But since this is my daily driver, I wanted to go with an automatic. It's just what I was used to. I can drive manual, but like I said, just prefer the automatic on this one. All right, guys, and then also on the interior here, you got your pretty much like race car switches and then your engine start stop button. Very, very nice feature that they did with the 2018 Pluses. I don't know if the 2015s had these, but I really like this feature on the interior. It really, really pops everything. So like with your mode switch over here on the right, you got your normal mode, your Sport Plus, your drag, your track, your snow. Those are all different modes you would get with the mode switch here. Your steering wheel mode, so you got like comfort, normal, and then sport, traction control. Most of the time I've got that off. And then your hazards here, I just really like how they went with that kind of style. It really makes the Mustang pop versus some like regular crappy finicky ones that they could put on, but those are pretty well done. And then, like I said, I don't have the digital display cluster. I just have kind of like the normal one, because this is technically like a base model at 301A. I would love to have the digital one, but like I said, when I was looking for used cars, it's not one of the things that was like a make or break it deal for me. So that's why I just went with this one. Plus, it's pretty easy to navigate still. So you have like your settings and track mode, your exhaust mode. You can do your quiet sport track, like I was saying earlier, with the active exhaust that Ford offers. And then look at your fuel economy and everything like that. So overall, the interior, I would probably rate about like a 7 out of 10, I would say. And then the exterior on these cars is really beautiful. I would say that's like a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. I think it's a step up from like the 2015 to 2017, and I still think it's better than the S650, the 2024 model that just came out. Even with the big ass screen that goes across, I don't think it's needed. All right, now that the walkthrough on the interior and exterior on my specific trim is out of the way, I kind of want to get into the gist of the video, titled Why You Should or Could Get a Mustang in 2023. And when I say this, I'm talking about every single Mustang out there. No matter what year, what model, what trim, it doesn't matter. All Mustangs are Mustangs in my opinion. There's no, oh, the 5.0 is better than the 4.6, or hey, you have a V6, it's not as good. You have an EcoBoost, it's not as good. If you like your Mustang, you can mod it however you want. No one should be caring what other people say about it, because at the end of the day, we all own the same car. It's a Ford Mustang. So let me get into some reasons here on why I think you should or shouldn't get one. All right, so let's take this out of quiet. Let's put it into track exhaust mode, and then let's get out of here and start this POV drive. All right, so as I was saying, guys, why am I going to be trying to convince you guys to get a Mustang? Well, to start with, I have owned 2 Mustangs now. I have had a 2012 3.7 V6 Mustang, which I loved dearly, but I sold it to a private owner. I sold it privately to someone in order to afford the car that I'm driving right now. So basically, I used that money as a down payment for the car that I'm driving. And the reason I sold my V6 Mustang, there was nothing that I didn't like about it. I honestly loved that car a lot. Is I had an offer that I basically couldn't resist. So I basically had made a profit on that car from what I paid originally. And if you're making a profit on a car, why would you turn down an offer for it? So what I did is sold that car like a month or 2 later in the summer, picked up this car from Lebanon Ford down there in Cincinnati, which is a really, really reputable dealer. And drove it home pretty much the same day I went to go test drive it and everything. Because like I said, there's only 3 on the market in the whole U.S. and one of them happened to be where I was. And I was like, I've always wanted like a newish car, like 2023 or something like that. So I picked it up as soon as I could. But my plans with this car, guys, is I plan to have a naturally aspirated build. So I want to have E85 in my gas tank. I want to have long tube catless headers, and then obviously a tune for the 85. and then whatever else I can do without boosting the car. When I think of Mustangs, I think of them in stages. So there's stage 1, which is just your stock Mustangs that people drive around. And there's no problem if you're stock. There's absolutely no problem at all with that. It's just some people like to modify their cars more than others. So stage 1 is stock. Stage 2 would be your naturally aspirated build, I'd say, mixed with like cosmetic mods, of course. And then stage 3 would probably be your boosted applications. So that's like your pro chargers, your superchargers, your turbochargers. So most of the popular ones for my model, at least for the Coyotes, are your Whipples, your Hellion twin turbos, and then like your P1SC pro chargers or ESS, whatever you choose there. But the Coyote platform has basically unlimited potential. And why that wraps into why you should get a Mustang is because these cars have more aftermarket support than any other car probably out there, besides maybe like Hondas or those JDM guys. But AmericanMuscle.com, that's a great start to like a website that you should check out if you want to get Mustang parts. That's what I get almost all of mine on, except Lethal Performance probably. But if you want to be able to make your car unique, if you want to be able to modify your car in some sort of way to stand out, you're going to want to go get a Mustang. Because like I said, you have so much aftermarket potential where you can buy pretty much anything for any part of the car. So like I said, I went over my mods. I have like taillights, I have a wing, I have diffuser, all those mods, those all tie in to make it unique. I would say there's probably not a single Mustang that has the exact same modifications that I've done, like not the exact ones. So every Mustang is going to be price difference, obviously, depending on what you get, what kind of engine you got and everything. The main thing that it comes down to if you're considering buying a Mustang is what you can afford and what you can't afford. Don't go out there trying to buy a GT500 if you're making like way less money than you know that you could comfortably afford a GT500 with. I would only try to buy a Mustang that you are comfortable putting a down payment on, paying in cash, something that you've added up the finances and you've been able to go over it with someone and they're like, hey, I think this is a good idea, or hey, that's a bad idea. I put over 60% down on this car, so that is what led me to get like comfortable payments on it. And like I said, I'll go over the payments in another video. I just saying in general, only get what you can afford. Don't get something that's out of your comfort range for financial, because you don't want to screw yourself over. That's the last thing you want. Even though the Mustang is nice and stuff, it shouldn't come first over your life. So let's go over some of the actual negatives in buying a Mustang before we go over the positives. Because there's not a lot of negatives, but there are some. The first one is going to be the gas mileage. And that I'm talking about specifically for the V8s at least. My V6 that I had like a year ago, I was still getting around 21 miles per gallon, which is not bad at all. The Mustang that I have now, which is untuned, I do not drive it super hard. It's on 93 octane all the time. Gets 15 or less miles per gallon driving to work every day and back, not doing anything crazy. When I'm driving crazy or driving, I guess you could say with passion, I'm getting like 12 miles per gallon or under. But what I like to call the Mustang is miles per gallon instead of miles per gallon. And then I'd say the only other downside to a Mustang that I can think of is just they are everywhere. And that is because they're the most affordable, the ones you can build on. They have a platform for aftermarket mods, like I was saying, but you do see the Mustangs everywhere. So it might not stick out like a Ferrari would stick out in a crowd. I mean, if you have the money for a Ferrari, you should probably get a Ferrari instead of a Mustang. But like I said, a Mustang is yours to make unique, to make into whatever you want to make it to. You can mod it however you want. I mean, no one's going to say anything to you about it. And then one more like bonus negative I would put in there about owning a Mustang is there are just people that have hate in them out there. People are going to hate on your car if it's not the best of the best. Let's say you have a 4-cylinder, they're going to say, why don't you have the 6-cylinder? If you have a 6-cylinder, they're going to say, why don't you have the 8-cylinder? If you have the 8-cylinder, they're going to say, why don't you have a GT500? The list goes on and on. The people that are like that will do that no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it. So if you're not able to take a little bit of criticism and hate, it might not be the best for you. You might want to go a different route. But if you don't care about what other people think about you, like myself, you can get whatever Mustang you want. It does not matter the trim. It does not matter the color, how beat up it is. Because like I was saying, the main positive is it's your car to make unique. It's your car that nobody else owns but you. So let's get into the positives on it. Number one, the Mustang is just fun to drive. I mean, no matter what trim it is, it's going to be just a fun car to drive around, whether it's manual or automatic. You're going to have smiles on your face when you're driving the car around. Whether it's your daily driver or your weekend car, it doesn't really matter. That would probably be the first positive for me, is just it's fun. The second positive is kind of while you're in the process of looking for the car, is you get to look for whatever specific trim or spec that you want. There's so many Mustangs out there, as I was saying, that you can pick whatever you want. When I was looking for my 2023 GT, I was only looking for 2018 to 23, Oxford White, Night Pony package, and then active exhaust option. And I finally found one like a couple months ago, and I picked it up pretty much instantly because that's the exact thing I wanted. And it was used. It's not like I had to order it new and pay an extra premium for it. I got it on the used market, but it was still exactly what I've always wanted. And then I would say the very last positive I'd put on of owning a Mustang is you're going to meet so many people out there that also have Mustangs that you can build actual friendships with. For example, if you have an Instagram for your car, let's say it's a Mustang, other Mustang owners are going to follow you. They're going to say, nice car. They're going to ask you what kind of mods you've done. Everyone kind of communicates in their own ways of making their car unique on like what others do. So like, for example, I get asked on Instagram sometimes like, hey, what is this mod? Where did you get it from? I got that with my old V6 Mustang and my current V8 Mustang. And my V6 Mustang had probably like double the mods that my current car has. But since there's a platform out there for it, like I said, there's so many people that have the Mustangs and it's so unique that people want to know what others do to make their own unique. So someone will ask you for taillights. They'll be like, what taillights do you have on? You just be like, well, these are my RGB taillights from AmericanMuscle.com. Here's the link. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So having like the social aspect of having a Mustang, I guess is what I would say. Just you getting to communicate with other people that are literally in Mustangs for the same reason. They just want to have fun and enjoy a car and build it to be unique. All right, haircut is done. Let's get a little warm start here. I love the tone of the exhaust after that X-Pipe. It really woke up the back end. All right, let's do some Sport Plus this time. Get some downshifts and good like acceleration clips for you guys just to see how it feels, how it sounds to be in one of these cars. All right, let's make this turn and get a little acceleration clip for you guys. So this is track exhaust Sport Plus mode on the drive mode. So like I said, this car with the 10R80 transmission is very, very quick no matter what gear you're in. It especially does well at like third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. First and second can be a little clunky sometimes, but most of the time this transmission is an absolute tank. The only time when this transmission really has issues on like the 2018 to 23 GTs is when you start building the car. Once you start going down the routes of like nitrous or boost or something like that, you kind of run into a couple issues with higher gears sometimes. Some of the transmissions can break, but they do offer tunes to tune your transmission, and even just better transmissions in general that you can buy, like stage 2 ones, which a lot of people end up going with down the route. There's a lot of like crackling and burbling that goes on with the exhaust now after that X-Pipe got installed. I really like it. I'm curious to see what the car is going to sound after I install the headers, because it's going to be deafening from what I've heard, like to the point where it's just stupid loud. But I like to do that with my cars. My last car was super loud. I'll plan to do the same with this one. I also wanted to show you guys another like advantage to the active exhaust. So right now we're in like track exhaust. Like you can hear the drone, the very, very loud rumbling. But when you put it in quiet mode, it is literally silent. Like it does not make any noise unless you are absolutely flooring the car. That is something I really, really, really give props to Ford on, because like it genuinely helps not pissing off your neighbors when you have to wake up for work in the morning. So like I said, you got in quiet mode now. As soon as I put it back in normal or sport or track, it just gets super loud and rumbly again. So I'm gonna give you guys like one more pull, and then I'm gonna film like an outro, and then we'll be good from there. So let me give you this last pull. But yeah, that transmission shifts so fast, it's like butter, guys. I highly recommend a 10-speed if you're looking. So yeah, guys, that's gonna about do it for today's video. If there is absolutely any sort of content that you guys want to see from me on this car or in Mustangs in general, let me know. I'll probably make some sort of review on my specific Mustang, so like a 10R80 18 to 23 GT at some point, if you guys want it. But guys, get a Mustang. I don't care what year it is, what model it is. Just pull the trigger if you're thinking about getting one and you can afford one. You won't regret it, I promise. And if you need any help with any aftermarket mods or anything, just let me know. But if you guys enjoyed the video today, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, a comment, whatever you want. Hopefully it made your day today, watching the video on why you should get a Mustang. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Take care.